Happy New Year. We're here today as the Villiers Quartet, and we're so excited to introduce our newest member to the group, Leo Melvin. And today we thought we'd just ask him a few questions as he's coming new and fresh into the group. So without further ado, we'll start firing away, Leo.
Yay!
Yeah, welcome. So it starts from me, I guess. I am interested in just your progress or your journey with chamber music. Obviously, you probably started when you were small, but where you got inspired for, that your love of chamber music, where does it come from?
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, it started off with not really much fun at all. I started off like just being forced to practice and a lot of screaming and that kind of thing. But it was really when I started playing with youth orchestras. I went to junior college and played a lot of chamber music there. And it was when I was about 15 or 16 in a big youth orchestra that I actually really sort of realized how much, it was my realization that it was the most fun that I'd ever had. And but then after that, as I sort of started improving more and more, I started playing chamber music with people, and I just loved the feeling of being a bit more important, I suppose. I really enjoyed having my voice heard rather than blending into a crowd. And it became a very sociable thing for me, just doing chamber music with friends a lot. I mean, I live with chamber musicians, so we play a lot. And now that I can do it professionally, I mean, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, what is it about the quartet then that you think maybe is sort of exciting? Do you think the quartet, like being in a quartet, is different to different types of chamber music? Like, what have you spent most time?
Well,
doing?
I suppose it's probably the best chamber group, isn't it? Really, I mean, it has the most repertoire. It's arguably the most well balanced, and it's all string instruments, the best kind of instruments. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And now that you're a member of the Villiers Quartet, I was really taken by what you said about being able to have your voice heard, and your voice has joined our group. What are some things that you're interested in exploring as part of this quartet? Any particular composers or kinds of projects, experiments you want to try?
At the moment, because I'm so new and fresh to it all, it's quite boring, really. I just want to do all the mainstream stuff. I want to do all the Haydn, all the Beethoven. I've never played any Bartók quartets, so I'd love to do something crazy like that. I don't know. I'd like to end like all the great composers. Really, I just need to get stuck in and that's what I'm really keen to do. I play a lot of piano, and I play a lot of Haydn and Beethoven, Mozart on the piano. So I feel like I know their character really well, and it would be really nice to get stuck into that in the quartet in a more serious way.
That's great. I mean, we're so lucky to be able to inspire each other and then kind of learn from each other and grow. But for you, what's your inspiration source? Like, do you have any particular musician you?
Well, I was really fortunate to like the person that has inspired me most was my teacher at the Guildhall. Richard Lester is his name. He was the cellist of the Florestan trio, and they're probably the chamber. They're definitely the chamber recordings I've listened to most out of any other, and just through his playing and through his teaching, that's definitely the biggest inspiration, and especially for chamber music. Just the way, I don't know if you've ever heard him play, but it's the attitude is of the music being the number one priority, and to let your ego intrude in the most minimal way. It's almost impossible to not have any ego in your playing, but to reduce it to minimal. That really inspired me because it makes you feel like you're doing something more important than yourself. It's more important than how you feel, and that to me is really precious to me, and he's definitely the person who imparted that to me the most. In terms of other performers, I mean, for me, Stephen Isserlis always inspired me massively for his I think he's one of the greatest performers ever. I've never been so, riveted by a performance. And I don't know if it's really, I suppose it is relevant, but this, this Daniel Trifonov guy, this Russian pianist, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I think he might be the best pianist I've ever seen or heard. So that, he's really, I still get very inspired by soloists, as well as chamber musicians. So yeah, but it would have to be my teacher, Richard Lester.
That's great.
Oh, amazing.
That's great. So just lastly, like if you kind of, I don't know, if you kind of summarize how you feel towards this journey forward as one word or one sentence.
In one word, I don't know if I can do it in one word. If it had to be one word, exciting, I suppose.
Yeah.
But no, it just feels like it's finally, everything's finally coming together. It's like everyone, I was just sort of stumbling through life, trying different things and things falling into my lap. And, and I think if you, like my teacher used to say, if you just, if you stay true to the music and that's all that really matters, good things will come to you. And that's kind of how I feel about what's happened here.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gone about it because of him, really, and because of other people. I've gone about it in the right way, and I couldn't be more ready and excited for it.
Well, thank you, Rio. That was so great, and then we're so looking forward to explore lots of music making, and then lots of conversation over music with you. Thank you for joining, and then welcome to the Villiers Quartet. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.